Hi guys, today we're not gonna do any side quests in Dying Light. Instead, I just wanna talk about life side quests and about how I've been pretty much aimless lately. Like, I have certain goals in my life that I want to fulfill before I just grow old. I've been thinking to myself, like, mainly what the goals make me do is to just get money, and that's it. And to get money I have to work, and like, I'm not working for 8 hours a day, so that makes the entire process harder. And I don't mean harder as if like I'm saving too little because I could work for 8 hours. But what I mean is that I just have too much free time that I don't know what to spend it on. Aside from working and just working on YouTube videos, I pretty much do nothing else. You may think like, oh, he's a grinder, like, trust me, it's not that hard for me at this point. And since I treat every video like an art piece and I try to upgrade my editing game, my parkour, it pretty much eliminates me having to do this work besides when I'm editing. Like, I don't take any courses or like how to make better YouTube videos. When I make one video, I'm like 100% dived in. Now I just think that I have to set some side quests for myself to just, fill this time with anything to do other than just like playing video games and doing nothing. There is also gym, but it's not that you spend your entire day in there. It's still like 1 hour. And for me nowadays, even less, because I just train at home. And honestly, weird advice, but ever since I started to just train at home and doing basically pull-ups, my gains actually skyrocketed and I'm strongest and like pretty much fittest I've ever been. But like the structure of it is like way too simple. Like, the only goal is to train. And I don't mean like the main goal is to actually like just train, but there is like, oh, get a six-pack, get bigger biceps or something. But the path towards these goals is just straightforward. All you have to do is just do it. And I noticed that pretty much with everything there is no room to sidestep. Like, to deviate from the path, to think like, oh, maybe if I do this tactic it will be better, or maybe if I go 3 times to the gym rather than 2 times I'm gonna have better gains. The best solution is to do it, rather than think about the strategies, like which days to train. And that's where the boredom of life came, where nowadays I'm pretty much aimless and everything is set in stone somewhat, and despite that I still feel empty. And that's actually something I wanted to talk about briefly, where like I have to start doing some side quests. Because I've been living this boring version of my life where I just grind, and the grind is fun, yes, but just having nothing else to do makes me miserable. And I could grind more, like make a video every day, but then it's like, oh, money talk. And I actually talked to a friend recently and he told me like one sentence that changed my perception pretty much to anything related to money. And he said that money is the means to fulfill your goals rather than actual goal. Where I want to just have lots of money like everyone else, but the actual goals are different. Like, I don't want to have money for the sake of owning money. I want to have money to buy stuff, and this stuff is the actual goal. And it got me thinking like, why should I save even? Like, why just hoard money while I can just spend it on the things that I actually want to buy and then have the money in assets? Because just having them in my bank account doesn't change anything. Like, I can spend it, yes, but I still don't own anything. If I was like filthy rich or something, I could say like, yeah, I can buy a Porsche, but do you actually have this car? And because of that, I actually feel like there's something to strive for. Like, I was focused on saving money to just save it. If I were to spend this money on experiences, on stuff that I can use to get those experiences, in my mind create this version of myself that is like more happy, like more fulfilled, rather than just having to go to work save money. Don't buy this kind of food because it's too expensive. Don't buy this thing because you can't afford it. I can afford certain things, but it's like if I spend the money, then I have less of it, right? And if I have less of it, I feel less secure and like I have to make more. But now I just think about it as like some false idol that people just follow and pretty much sell their lives to get more of it. Like, I get it, there is a certain point some people reach where they just have so much money that they don't know what to spend it on. And so I'm thinking, what was the purpose of getting the money in the first place? Like, you can't buy everything, so why bother with having tons of money? And then there's this scenario like, oh, you have to retire your family. So anyway, as I said, I'm thinking about just doing some side quests, just trying to figure out some different stuff and just try to live for once. We don't have to wait to live our lives like, oh, once I get this amount of money, I'll start living, or once I get this thing, I'll start doing this other thing. And then it's this waiting. Like, I've been waiting. That's why I felt empty and aimless, because it was just waiting and waiting for something that just won't happen. Because I wouldn't even allow it to happen. Because to do certain things, you actually have to do certain, let's just say, side quests. And each one of us have this like projection of ourselves in our minds. And to obtain this version of ourselves, we actually can't just go to work and just get money. Like, there are certain things each one of us has to do to obtain this version of ourselves. And I'm sorry, I just can't tell you what to do, but that's actually the neat part, where you have to figure it out for yourself. And you know, maybe trying to figure it out will take some time from your day, and you won't feel aimless anymore, as well as you feel productive for a second. So anyway guys, see you later.